Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Inside NHSTRA. I'm your host, Mark. We got Mr. Bazowski over here.
What's up?
Mr. Callen over here.
Howdy.
Wait, where's Bob?
Bob wouldn't miss it.
He might not be back from Monadnock yet.
I don't know. No, I haven't seen any milk cartons with his face on it, so I mean, it can't be that serious.
I asked everybody what they feel about Bob not being here. Ready? Hold on. Oh, thumbs down. Thumbs down. Not good. So
Poor Bobbert.
Bobbert didn't finish in the top 5, so he did not want to come today. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. He made up some other excuse about having, something that was going on that was important, but
Family
it was because
stuff, but I mean, come on.
he didn't finish top 5.
No, he didn't
Bob
finish
weren't
top
coming.
5.
That wasn't happening. Let me see. Let me roll down. I didn't know if I printed enough of that pages to see where Bob finished. Do I have enough ink left in the printer for there? Oh boy, right down there. Oh, 9th. I forget he's all professional on here. It's Robert Williams. What stinks because on my ticker it says Robert Williams as well. So it's like, oh, who's that?
No, it's Bob.
It's the Bob. They call him that
it's Bob,
too.
and you know it, boy.
It's funny because when they announce, they call it that too. They're like, and the Bob Williams says sabotage. Let's try to forget. You guys can see it over there. We have a screen in here again. Yeah, sabotage. No, that's not what it was.
I still can't see that very well, and I have my contacts in too.
Well, before it used to be here. So at least when you guys were staring at the screen, you were somewhat staring towards the camera, but whatever.
Well, now you got the TV's right there, so
Sitting there and look at yourself. Everybody who sees when we're looking in different directions, because on the camera, I actually sit opposite them. Like we're a couple feet apart. I'm on the other side of the table as them. You just can't tell. When people come in studio, they're always like, oh, wow, I didn't realize this is what it looked like. Callen said that the first time he came here.
I absolutely did.
He's like, I thought you were in a different room.
that's what everyone says.
Yes, they all say that. I actually have the same brick right here. If I go to the wide shot, it's right there. Same brick. Buy it right at Home Depot. 4x8 foot sheets. Super cheap.
I think there's some extras out there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
there is.
Yes, there's still some extras out there because eventually it's going to get closed in here. So when we have other guests come, we have another spot for them.
That's if I don't sell this place.
Yes.
If I sell this place, then we're going to have to go to the other location, which I have set aside.
But you already said it's nice too, so it's all good.
Oh, yeah, no, that I actually, in my opinion, I think the other place is nicer. It's smaller, but it's more open. So
I know, and I should have went the other day and looked at it. I didn't have time. I was in the middle of doing stuff.
You don't do anything.
Didn't do anything at all.
Don't lie to us.
I pushed some
Bryan
buttons.
doesn't do anything either.
I pushed some buttons on this on Monday night. Let's see. I'll push one here. What do we get? Oh, yep. Subscribe. There you go. I pushed some buttons on this thing, and then I watch some racing on the weekends, and then I hang out all week. Somebody actually said that to me. Oh, well. Hey, so this weekend, I'll tell you what, it was pretty fun over at Monadnock. Let's go over the results really fast. I got to say, when you see qualifying and the way they do the time trials there's two completely different mindsets. You have the guys that come up really slow, gun it, lock their tires up, gun it, lock their tires up, gun it, lock their tires up.
Or you got the ones that shot out like a slingshot.
Nathan Wenzel, I thought he got air. He came up that hill as fast as he could, and I'm pretty sure he got air and hit the track, and Nathan Wenzel put up the top 2 fastest time of the day. The other car that did the same exact thing was the 07 of Scott Zielinski, who started on the pole. Those 2 cars didn't warm their tires up. They didn't do anything. They shot out of it like a cannon and put the 2 fastest times up. And I'll tell you what, it's so cool because my camera person over in turn 1 went, I'm going to have to go really wide because now I don't know if the car is going to take off really fast and I'm not going to catch them or what's going to happen. I was like, let's just go for that. Nathan Wenzel put on a show, finished first, got completely drenched by numerous people in Victory Lane who thought he was hot. He kept getting completely covered in water. Let's see. I may have. I don't know. I pick people to win, and sometimes they win, sometimes they don't. But I did pick Andrea, and she won a couple weeks ago. NHSTRA modifieds, 14 cars took the track. The 03 of Nathan Wenzel, followed by the 11X of Tyler Leary, the 13 of JT Cloutier, the 73 of Cole Littlewood, and the 44 of Bryan Chapin. Cole Littlewood, first time out in the brand new car, and he was looking pretty darn good out there. That car, I believe it's an old Rollins car,
I believe so.
what I'm gathering. Looked good, felt good, said he had a fun time, and I mean, top 5 first weekend. Can't beat that right there. Where did he qualify at? Let me see. Oh boy, I must have missed it here. Sorry. This is called show prep. 9th place. Qualified 9th. Moving over to the NHSTRA late models. Timothy Wenzel, Hilly Renault, JD Stockwell now has put up a couple good finishes in a few weeks in a row. The 7X of Eric Smith and the number 99 of Isabella Mincinella. Did I get that right? I hope.
have no idea.
Mini stocks, we had 11 this week. They went 25 laps. The 69Z of Louis Mayer, I tell you what, that car was gone. That thing was on a different area code. I almost think that was maybe racing in a different state. It was so far ahead of some of those cars at some point. Followed by the 48 of Kevin Clayton, the 13 of Cameron Sontag, the 33 of Aaron Aiken, the 12 of Christopher Sontag. I'm going to keep going because I got to give my boy credit. The 52 of Tim LeBlanc, the 14 of Nolan McClay, the 29th of Jake Pachowski. I'm just reading all the names that finished in front of the number 41 of Robert Williams, who was in 9th, followed by the 57th of Patrick Houle. And the only other car behind him was Skeeter Beers because he did not start the race. Bob, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a part failure. It's Minchella. There we go. See, I just got to write him that way.
Chinchilla? What? Minchella.
Thank you, Keith, by the way. That
Yes,
helps.
thank you for the. See, it does help because there's a lot of names and not a lot of them are actually
Hey, you know what?
make sense.
You know how many people have butchered my last name over the years?
I did it on purpose for the first year we did this show.
You did, and I was kind of pissed. I'm like, all right, I get it.
Ben would say to me off air, he's like, "Don't do that name thing again." And I'll be like, "Yeah." And coming up, Mr. Ben Bazuski, and he would shoot me that look every
like,
single
I've
week.
been called Byron my entire life because my mom was a hippie.
I thought you were Byron. I thought you were Byron Callan.
Something like that, yeah.
Moving on over to the pure stocks, the 1 New Hampshire of Carlos Grenier, followed by the 4 of Colton Martin, the 16 of Chris Davis, the 97 of Adrian Smith, and the 20V of Chris Chambers. Adrian Smith is the guy who just decided last week he wasn't going to run Young Guns anymore. Top 5. That's awesome.
That's
That-
awesome.
That's great. That is
But
great.
that's what the learning division is supposed to do. You get comfortable, all right, move up, and then
Yep,
look what
absolutely.
happens.
Bob said, oh, wait, hold on. Bob said his transmission mount snapped and would not stay in gear. His car snapped around so fast in between turn 1 and 2. It was in front of a whole bunch of cars. He is super lucky he didn't get taken out. Even worse than he already did. Jess Coulter said, chinchilla.
No.
Oh, is there a new animal that's been wanted in the house now?
She wants every animal we see.
You were the guy last week who showed me the animal you want to buy, and it's like the size of that table.
No, actually, we wound up going yesterday and buying another bearded dragon because I wanted it.
Okay. Because that other thing,
They're small.
the one that you wanted was like,
Oh yeah, it was
huge.
They're like
It looked like an
2.5,
alligator.
3 feet, and I'm like, yeah, I'm moving out of my house, and yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Jess walks in here with that thing. And she comes over. She's like, "Come on, Pat." I was like, "Get that thing away from me!" Like I couldn't get away from that thing fast
Honestly,
enough.
those things are the most like chill animals ever. I love them. I think they're great. They don't smell. They don't shit on you.
Benzu.
And
It sat on your shoulder. So happy
no,
during the
trust
show
me,
the other day.
Trust me, this new one I got, it just nestles between my hairy tits. It's kind of like just right there and just kind of
See,
chills out.
I was sitting off camera the last time that he had it in here, and like I noticed it, and I actually walked in the other room. I'm like, I'm good.
I'm good with that thing.
Oh my god!
We went half
I
the
think
show
they're cool.
before anybody even noticed it. It
I
was
think they're
great.
cool.
They're very cool when they're on that side of the table.
my
Like I'm
God.
cool with that. The only that any of those reptile-y, snaky, any of that kind of stuff. The spider that I saw today at your shop, I wanted to pass out.
Nope. If it has more than 4 legs, I'm all set.
I walk around something at Ben's shop today, and there was a spider about the size of my fist, and I was like, "Yeah, that's gonna die like now. Like we got to take care of this. This
burn
cannot
down
stay."
the shop. Burn down the shop.
Yeah.
outside.
Can we talk about Harmon driving to Ohio to get a dwarf car? I didn't know Harmon drove to Ohio to get a dwarf
Dude,
car.
he literally drove to Ohio, got the car, drove to Oxford, and him and Harris are putting a setup in it at the track. The scales were out. Everything's all out. I'm like, dude, you guys are like determined.
What happened to Harris up there? I saw pictures of it on the back of a flatbed.
I didn't see it. I just saw the tail end of it because I was watching turns 3 and 4, and I guess what happened is that Caveman and Harris were fighting for the lead, and Caveman got loose a little bit, and Jason Hodgson was.
I got to put this up for everybody. Yeah. It's named right there because it's Bob Harris.
It's Bob Harris.
I love that. So a couple pure stock things. It was super cool to see Carlos win again. He has by far the best profile picture ever. He pulled the Ricky Bobby in the middle of the infield when they thought his car was on fire. He's like ripping his clothes off and he's giving the double salute and like having fun. And then he goes out and stomps the field. Colton Martin doing great. Like I said, Adrian Smith, like to see somebody come out. I actually sat and talked to somebody, and I wish I remembered your name. I apologize. I'm horrible with names. I talked to somebody at Monadnock. It was an in-depth discussion of what these feeder divisions have done to the upper levels of racing in the years since. And we went through all these names. We've talked about it on here a little here and there. This has really helped make excellent race car drivers.
Yep.
You look at the drivers who come out of that Young Guns or the old Claremont division or the Hudson Heroes, and they are respectful. They're great drivers. And then you end up seeing others that are not. So what are the hard chargers from this weekend? I didn't pull it because it wasn't done when I got here. So while we're discussing, I can pull it at the same. That sounds weird. I can pull the results from the same exact time.
Mark, that's at your other show.
Nope, not that one either. No, I can actually give me 30 seconds and I can pull it up because I have to wait till the points are done, and it wasn't done when I left my house. Let's see, hard chargers.
Now I know why we kind of need Bob here, because he'll just start going off on a rant, and he'll just,
Yeah, he can read fast enough to be able to. All right, yeah, we'll go off on that.
He's typing faster than I can talk. Like, this is pathetic. Your hard chargers are, so I'm going to give, let's get these. Yes, I will give those results. Let's see. I want features. I know. This is great.
No, but so to go back to what you're talking about for the feeding divisions, like you see it at Stafford with the Monday night karting that they do there, that they then progress on to SK Lights and then up into the SK realm. So it's definitely, every track has their feeders, and it's great to see as people do that. Aaron Blanky, no, you cannot go into the Hudson Heroes. You're a little bit too old for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes. This is, and I messed this up last week, and I'm going to fix this right now.
Aaron, just go into a pure stock or an enduro something and just have fun.
So I heard from Tegan Edson's father, because in the pure stocks, let me double check something first so I don't mess this up as well, because this is going to make this even worse. This is so funny. Let's see. Yep, there we go.
Well, what the hell, Aaron? I mean, bring it out. Mm-hmm. Bring one of the cars.
I will read you the text that I got from one Jared Edson following last Monday night show. Hi, Mark. We really enjoy the live show every week. It's great to get a recap of all the action and hear some of these names that don't always get recognition. Just a quick correction, though. Tegan Edson, that is leading the hard charger in the pure stocks, is my 15-year-old daughter, not a dude. LOL. Thank you. Have a great show. So to the 15-year-old female, Tegan Edson is still leading the way, the hard charger, with a plus 30. So congratulations.
That's unbelievable. That's awesome.
That's wicked impressive.
It is.
So you love to hear that, but it's just like one of these, sorry, if I don't see, I don't know. All right, 6 shooters, Michael Yetton still with a plus 11. NHSTRA modifieds, we have a plus 29, Eric Leclerc. Mini stocks.
Yeah.
Mini stocks is a plus 27 right now, Louis Mayer.
Holy crap.
Not Bob.
Not Bob.
Not Bob. Bob is. We should do this just.
Don't care. Who cares?
We should do this just for good radio here. Oh, nope, that's the wrong division. Bob Williams mini in the Bob stocks. Bob Williams right now.
-5.
He's at a 0. He has gained 10 positions and lost 10 positions. He's at a goose egg.
Hey, don't you have that in your little keyboard? Like, wah, wah, wah. No.
Always the last button. If only I could figure that out in reverse. Always the last button. All right, moving down to NHSTRA late models. Our leader of the pack with a +17 is Matthew Sonhalter. And the Young Guns, which I love the fact that the Young Guns are on transponders now because it gives them the credit they need because they actually get recognized on the ticker and all that stuff. Adrian Smith still, even though he hasn't raced the last 2 weeks, still has a +12. So since he's no longer in that division, let's turn that title over to the +11, which is Owen Zielinski, who will take charge of that before the end of the season. That's for sure. All right, moving on. Let's get to... let's see here. Hold on. Because I had a message come in and I was like, I got to remember that.
Yeah,
Must have been a text message.
It's so quiet. It's weird. It's
I know.
It's like a haunted house.
Kind of
Young
relaxing.
Guns, we had the 57 of Marcus O'Neill, followed by the 8Z of Owen Zielinski, the number 29 M of Addison Brooks, the number 2 of Madison Cousineau, the 14 of Cambry Hubbard, the 25 of Caitlin Hubbard, and Hunter Duquette did not start. I want to make sure that I've let everybody know right now. So Maddie Cousineau was in a brand new car this weekend. It looked like the Colton Hall machine to me, the old 24. Not 100% positive. They will probably tell me that in the chat. Believe me, if I get it wrong, I'll definitely hear about it. But it definitely looked like it was the Colton Hall car. She put down the fastest lap out of anybody that whole day. In that division. Fastest lap.
That's awesome. Good
The
for her.
best part about it is Colton Martin took the car out during practice and ran a slower lap than she did.
Uh-oh. He's going to have to hang it up.
Yeah, time to retire. I say
retire.
let's pull Colton out of the 4. It's time to move Madison Cousineau up to that 4. I think she deserves it. I mean, she went out there and kicked some butt. So good on her. I mean, that car's awesome. That's a great looking car too. The NEMA, we had the 47 of Randy Cabral, the 39 of Avery Storr, the 49 of Dan Rock, the 9 of John, I believe it's Zinch Jr., and the 30 of Paul Scally. I went what was on Race Monitor because we were having massive issues with our stuff at the track that day. NEMA Lights, we had the 4 of PJ Sturgis, followed by the 29 of Jake Trainer.
You ever try one of those NEMA lights?
No, because I talked to a friend of mine years back, and he's like, racing a NEMA light is like sitting at your kitchen table with like bars, like very thin bars coming down the chair beside you, and that's it. He's like, there's zero way that I will ever get behind one of those.
I took one out for practice, and I'll tell you what, that was like, my adrenaline was pumping. It's just, and I'll admit I was going slow because I didn't want to ruin the car. Yeah. But I'm like, yeah, man, it was fun.
Just seeing these guys at like Thompson and stuff, where I've flagged them multiple times. It's the insane amount of speed that they have.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
It's nuts.
Nope, wouldn't do it.
I'd try it just to say I did.
So it's actually Dylan Rock. Sorry, it's listed one way in my race pass, another way. It was at another way at the track, and it's another way on Race Monitor. So it's Dylan Rock. Moving over to the NEMA Lights, like I said, the 4 of PJ Sturgis, the 29 of Jake Trainer, the 48 of Todd Bertrand, the number 16 of Dan Cugini, and the 10 of Avery Storr. I'll tell you what, here's the difference I discovered between NEMA and NEMA Lights this weekend. NEMA Lights, you get about 15 laps before you get a ton of that alcohol burning smell, and you don't notice it. NEMA, 1.2 seconds on the track, and it's all you can smell. I was like, oh my God, we were right at the right in turn 4 with the trailer, and it comes right in the door.
The big block supers are the same way. Yeah. Them things fire up before they even fire it up. That's
never seen them before.
God, it's like
that's one division that I just miss flagging.
Like, and that'd be sketchy. How do you can't wear a hat obviously at that. Oh, you got your headset on over the top of it. What kind of wind goes by you with those when those come flying by?
So a couple years back, I got in shape and lost like 75 pounds.
I did too. Then I went the other way.
Yeah.
It's easier
So-
going my way than it is your way.
Oh, absolutely. So I full field takes the green at Thompson for the World Series.
Oh, Jesus.
And the second lap around, they were actually still 2x2 coming past me. And Sean Houlihan actually put his hand out and caught me because the wind hit me so hard that it was going to push me off the flag stand.
That's a name right there.
So he actually
Sean Houlihan. That's a good name. And he saved you with his hand.
Yeah. Oh, who was it? Dick Houlihan that ran pro stocks down at Seekonk forever. That's his dad.
Oh, okay.
Imagine having the big blocks at Hudson because the flag stand is so low. When the regular 350s go there, I'm like, those wings are so freaking close. I'm like, that might be the next thing.
When you're throwing 5 to go at Hudson, you're up here.
Yeah.
You're over your head because if you put it out, you're getting your hand taken off.
Oh yeah.
The New England Dwarf Car Series made its annual trek up to Oxford for the Oxford 250 weekend. I'm reading here 17 cars took the green. Or 17 cars attempted, sorry.
17 attempted, 1 blew up, and
Cody Hodgson brings it home in first, followed by Zig Gino and Chris Sullivan. I really like what Tom Harwood did because he wanted, I believe the car's name is Felix, if I remember right. That car's gone 2 for 2 up at Oxford. Tom had an unfortunate injury earlier in the year, has been unable to compete. And then we had, he's like, I want Felix to get 3 for 3. Put Cody Hodgson in there. Car went 3 for 3. When I saw that picture come across, I was like, that's awesome.
That car was checked out. That car at Oxford, everyone's fighting for second. I have not seen a car come close to that. And it's funny. I was like, oh, he's cheating. It's like, dude, we've checked everything. That car is so on rails at that track.
Zig's car's prepared by the same people, and he got pretty much the same car.
And he was going good.
Yeah, and quite honestly, I'm just looking at the top 3 there with Chris Sullivan. Like, I remember like the Oh No cars and the 4-cylinders when Chris was running them back in the day at Lee. So it's cool to see Chris up on a podium like that. That's
you know what the
great.
funny is? Chris is such a laid back guy. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go backwards, and I'm probably not. I'm not a good top 5. I'm like, Chris, come on. He sells himself short all the time, and he winds up top 5. He got 3rd.
Yeah.
It's like, geez, quit selling yourself out.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
I got like everyone's having internal like conversations about what we're discussing. And it's just like one of those. I don't know how much. Moving on, coming up this weekend, the Teddy Bear Pools and Spas NASTRA Late Model Triple Crown race number 3 over at Monadnock Speedway on 9/2/2023. Can you believe it? It's 9/2.
Yeah.
Like it feels like we were just talking about having. Let's get the racing series. Oh, let's not let that go. Yeah, Caveman took an extremely hard hit, I've heard.
Oh yeah. He got hit. So he got wrecked in the heat too, but they were able to fix it, and the car went good. He started towards the back, and he was working his way out, and he was the only one going on him and a couple guys were going on the outside of people, 3 wide. It was cool. And then when the feature came, well, he didn't finish the heat. Let me correct myself. He didn't finish the heat. When the feature came out, he started towards the back, started working his way up. There was a spin off of turn 4. He took a hard right to avoid the wreck, and how Oxford is that once you go over that embankment, it's all sand and dirt, and you ain't coming back. And he come in, tapped the wall at his rear, the front spun, whacked the tire, and it just did like a ballerina spin on it.
Oof.
Is it fixable?
He did come to my shop yesterday, grab some parts. I just got a message from him that I think his rear end's bent, and he's asking if I have a housing, which I think I do, but I don't know if it's the right size. So probably most likely after this, I'll probably be going to my shop to give it to him, which actually I'm going to text him right now. Or if he's watching.
Yeah, are you watching? Yeah. Moving on, like I said, Monadnock's Teddy Bear Pools and Spas NASTRA Late Model Triple Crown race number 3. We have the NASTRA Late Models going 50 laps, the mini stocks going 25. I wonder if the Bob stock will be back out there in action. Is the transmission mount fixed, Bob? I want to know. Are you going to make it back out?
Well, he already said he doesn't work on his car, so
Yeah, I know. So he's done for the year. I guess you never work. The other guy that's there with him, which I wish I knew his name.
Josh 80.
That guy does work on his
Are you
car.
talking about at a shop?
No. At the track, it might be the same guy. I don't know.
Big red
Retired.
bushy beard.
Nope.
No.
Bob said he retired.
yeah, Bob said he retired.
Yeah, sure he did.
Pure Stock's going 25 laps, 6 shooters 25, Young Guns 15, and the Star Tour is there. Pit tickets are $40. Adults, grandstand $15. Seniors 10s. Junior $5. Races kick off at hot laps kick off at 3:30. Sorry, for some reason it got a weird cutoff on my form today.
that's
Usually
weird.
it's there. Pits open at 2, gates at 3:30, hot laps at 3:30, racing kicking off at 6 p.m. NHSTRA Vision will be there broadcasting this event. We will also be over at Claremont for the Labor Day weekend doubleheader. Sunday, Ace Tech's Modified, State Farm Outlaws, LaValle Building Supply, Pure Stocks, the R.E. Hinckley late models, Avery Insurance 6 shooters kicking off this Sunday. It's the Tatro Memorial 73 lap late model race. Ace Tech's Tire and Auto night at the races. Pits open at 1 p.m. Gates at 3. Hot laps at 4:30. Racing kicks off at 6:15 p.m.
I forget now that it's a 2-day weekend. I keep thinking it's the Fall Classic, and I'm like, those aren't the right divisions for that.
I know.
I know. Like I said, I keep getting screwed
If
up.
anybody was in the know on Friday, I have made this form about 7 times because I've called it every holiday other than Labor Day because I was driving to Monadnock and pulled over on the side of the road trying to get this form done and to get it up online. And like literally, hey, it's not Memorial Day. And I went, oh, let me pull that down real quick. You spelled Labor Day wrong. I was like, oh my God, give up. Can you go to Monadnock from my house? It's like you go through Land of the Lost. There's no internet, no service, no anything.
That's how it is from my house to Claremont.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
travel
your
to
whole
another country.
That's how it is from any house to Claremont.
you
That's within
basically
Claremont.
get off of the interstate in Warner and start heading up 103, and then as soon as you hit Bradford, it goes cell phone what? And then you don't get a phone again until you get to the other side of Newberry.
Put it this way, I think it was not last year, the year before. I was just so sick and tired of driving to Claremont. I go, I'm gonna get my pilot's license. Because I looked and go, this got to be an airport around there.
Right next to the track.
Right next to the track. Like, oh, this is perfect. I could just borrow a plane, go up there, and come back, and then I try to fly it, and I puked my guts out. So that went out the door really quick.
That's so funny.
But I always want to try again, though.
There is no 2-day passes for this week, and these are 2 separate made-up shows. This was not a planned Saturday, Sunday, Monday event. We're making up an event that was rained out this Friday, last Friday.
You're into like thrill shows and stuff, just like skydive with the American flag and
I've
stuff.
done that
That would be
before, and the
awesome.
funny thing is, the fall doesn't get me. It's the parachute, because
It's
it goes like
the
this.
sudden stop.
Yeah, that's what kills everybody. How did Jeremy Clarkson always said, well, speed never killed anyone. It's the sudden stop that
at
gets
the
you.
end. Oh, talking about a sudden not stop this weekend. Ryan Priest. Did you guys see the video from Priest at
That's
Daytona?
just scary. Scary.
I don't think I've seen a car go over more times than his car did this weekend. And like literally just had a baby. Just like this is everything
10 times it flipped. 10
all
times.
in one.
God.
It left the ground once, and like most of them was in one before it touched the ground again. And when it came back down,
Just think of the G-forces of a barrel roll when that's happening, because it was at Daytona, so they're going over 200 miles an hour.
so the lucky part is, they did put the roof flaps on the car, except he barrel rolled and never touched the ground until like spin 7, and it immediately landed on the roof flap and crushed it into the roof.
Yeah,
I was
so,
like,
so
oof.
they have the escape hatch, and one of the things that I read was about the escape hatch actually was open.
Oh.
So, like, he could have hit his head that way. There was something else about the window net that I'd seen that they said it failed as well.
Yep. Jeffrey Pike says window net came open mid-flip.
Okay.
Oh,
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we always inspect the window nets.
correct. Someone says, will Claremont be getting a youth division like Monadnock? Claremont has the go-karts, which is also
we have the go-karts, and
the
that's
feeder division.
huge up there. I think Bryan told me they had 125 go-karts on Sunday.
The place was
awesome. That is
packed.
Yeah, I'm like, holy crap.
Moving over to Monday, pits open at 9 a.m., gates at noon, hot laps at noon, racing starts at 2 p.m. We have the same exact divisions Ace-Tex Modified, State Farm Outlaws, LaValle Pure Stocks, R.E. Hinckley Late Models, Avery Insurance 6-shooters. Guys, if you come to race Sunday, you can leave your cars in the pits if you're racing Monday. So you guys can leave your stuff in the pits. I believe there will be camping available out in the parking lot. And Monday, I talked to Artie. Artie is going to do one of his famous chicken barbecues, which is going to be what I don't have the exact pricing on it yet. Fairly affordable, and it's a very good meal. Let me see if I can get exactly what's going to include, because he did tell me.
Yeah, that is true.
Let's see here. The meals will have chicken, macaroni salad, potato salad, egg salad. It's a barbecue.
Egg
and
salad.
I'm trying to talk him into pork too. So stay
As
tuned.
a former fat kid, I'm in.
As a now fat kid, I am always in.
I will be in that booth all Monday.
I will be there Sunday. I won't be there Monday.
You want me to bring you back a plate? I'll say I'm bringing this plate back for Ben, and I'm going to eat it halfway back to my house. So, change of plans with the broadcast schedule for this weekend. So, our initial plan was to Monadnock Saturday, Claremont Sunday, Hudson Monday. We are actually going to broadcast both Claremont races because it doesn't make sense to. I have a limited crew this weekend because we have some issues going on with one of our, whatever. Somebody's out in the hospital we don't have a full crew. So it's going to be easier for us to stay set up at Claremont and just broadcast both days, Sunday and Monday. So those will both be broadcasted live on NHSTRA Vision. Moving over to Hudson on Monday, I tell you what, this looks pretty darn fun. Pit gates open at 10 a.m., grandstands at 11. Practice starts at noon. Hudson,
we're back to our
early schedule. I actually
now.
like that schedule.
I like it too. Is the only problem is if I try and change it for like the summer, it's all. You think racing politics is bad? Try small town politics. It's just as bad.
Small town racing politics are where it's at, apparently. Whew.
Yeah.
Coming this weekend over there, we have the Hudson Heroes making their final appearance at the Family Fun Track, along with the Granite State Mini Cups, the Star Tour. The Pro V8 Enduros make their return. One-on-one drags, Lady Enduros, V6 V8 Enduros. Guys, if we get over 15 V6 V8 Enduros, you're going for 50 laps. 4-cylinder Enduros, over 20, you're going for 75. We're going to have a reverse race, chariot race, spectator race, and a flagpole race.
And a bunch of people have asked us, reverse race is not, you're not spinning the car around and going backwards on the track. It's you throw the car in reverse, look behind you, and you're going that way.
Me and Ben had this discussion on Wednesday when I was with him, and he's like, "Oh no, dummy, they're driving backwards." I was like,
they're driving backwards.
This is a lot more
fun. A bunch of people asking, "Well, how safe is that?" It's like, no, you're going around the track the same way. Just the ass end of the car is going that way.
It looks really fun.
I thought of that like on a whim. I'm like, I don't know, just have them drive backwards, and there's a bunch of people that like it. Like,
Melissa Rogers says that Artie's Chicken is one of the best barbecues that she's had. Well, I'll tell you what, you want his barbecue, Claremont Motorsports Park this Monday, the one and only Arthur Grenier will be having his famous chicken barbecue there. I'm so excited.
Also, I don't know. I don't know if I should save it for later about the whole.
Whenever Ben says it makes me nervous.
Well, no.
Because I don't know what you're going to say.
No, because for Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Remember how I was trying to.
Yes. I think that is a go.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that's a go.
So Saturday night, Friday night, one of those two. Art's going to be doing a pig roast for the drivers at the end of the race. So if you're camping there, whatever, it's on the track. You don't have to pay for anything if you're a racer or whatever, you're a crew. Gone over, you're pretty much going to go right back to where behind the scoring tower, where my camper is, are going to be set up there with a big giant pig roast. Grab pork and all that good stuff, and just have a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I figured something else out for fun because once it gets dark at there, you got to kind of keep it down.
Yeah.
So, and I said to Ben earlier in the year, I was like, it'd be super cool if we could get a projector and put a movie on here.
We're working on.
Already figured it out. Already figured it out. So
I'm last to know about everything.
You guys, I believe we're gonna be doing Days of Thunder, and it's gonna be a silent movie just bring the headphones because we're going to fire up the old FM transmitter and put the movie audio out over FM so you guys can listen to it in your earbuds, in your campers, watching the screen. Like, it will be fun.
Or even if you have a small boom box.
Small little radio, something like that. Just let's remember, we got to keep it respectable for the neighborhood and stuff like that, but it will be a ton of fun. Let's find some other cool racing movies and stuch and put them up. Like, why not? Let's have some fun.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited for it.
Talladega Nights, 6-pack.
Why should we show Talladega Nights? We just have Carlos Grenier come and just act the movie out. That guy was great at it. So I'm excited. So look forward to some more stuff like that we're going to be doing. Harmon likes it. He says, old school Oktoberfest. Yay. All right. Let's get into some stuff that's coming up on the end of the season. October 29th, Hudson International Speedway, Pete Fiandaca Memorial. This is going to be a fun day. This is, let me read you off the divisions. Flagpole race, open pure stocks, open 6-shooters, NASTRA late models, open Ridge Runner / C Conch pure stocks. All the rules, guys, if you go to HudsonSpeedwayNH.com, go to the website, click drivers info, rules, or facts, it's under forums, click the forum section, and then you will have all that. Your Enduro for this weekend, the Pro V8 Enduros, the V6 V8 Enduros, all the other divisions, your forums to register for this weekend are all online. Click it, print it, fill it out, bring it with you to the track. It's going to make your day so much easier. Another thing that's up, well, there's for the end of the season as well, there will be a figure 8 race. So there are figure 8 rules up in that section as well. Yeah. So you want me to hit this little, before I hit that, I got to hit this one first. What do we think about Bob not racing this weekend? I don't know. We don't like that. We don't like it. All right. So, you want me to throw up the pay scale for this weekend?
Sure. Well,
all right.
Not this
weekend.
weekend.
This weekend, sorry, for the Pete Fiandaca Memorial. So, that is your Pete Fiandaca Memorial payout right there. First place going for $3,000. Second, $2,000. Third, $1,000. Fourth, $800. Fifth, $750. Sixth, $700. Seventh, $650. Eighth, $600. Nine, $575. 10, 550. Whew, and you guys can read the rest. He's $400 to start. Like, I should have just stopped after $3,000, but $3,000 going home to the winner, $400 to start. That is going to be fun. Do you notice a difference between the payout and Bob? I don't. It talks less. Let's leave that up in that spot. That's actually a great little spot.
It is. It works pretty good.
Reach over and touch it like, oh, Bob, you're so quiet. Oh, look. Yep, there we go. Perfect.
Here. High five. Yeah, there you go. High five.
High five that big payout because that's actually pretty slick. So I'm excited for this weekend of racing. Like I said, I want to make sure everybody knows that NASTRA Vision will be at Hudson, Claremont, and Claremont.
And bear in mind,
I'm sorry, Monadnock, Claremont, and Claremont, not Hudson.
I say no. Hudson's just fun stuff.
Unfortunately.
Bear in mind, this payout is for even if only 5 cars show up, that's the payoff. This was from a sponsor. Actually, my uncle and my father were very good friends with Pete, and they wanted to do something cool. So they came up with this pay scale. I'm like, okay, so how many cars you want? If there's only X amount of cars, what are we doing? He goes, no. This is it. Pay it out. If there's only 10 cars, pay from 1 to 10. Okay, so.
You can't beat that right there. Where are the dwarf cars this week? You're up at Wiscasset, aren't you?
Yes. I've never been there. Those guys they keep telling me it's awesome. It's awesome. They said just be mindful of the pits because it's like scattered pit areas everywhere.
You know what I love is that you take the 2 main shows and then you put them back to back. So you just drove to Oxford, drove all the way back. Now you got to turn back around. Is it Wiscasset further?
No, I think it's closer.
Oh, is it? I thought it was further away.
Like
different angle?
Yeah,
Okay.
just different angles.
Yeah.
I was watching some people saying that they were going to Oxford and they put the traffic up and they were like, yep, nope, can't make it that far. It was like 5.5 hours. Planky wants to hitch a ride with you there.
What, to
Wiscasset.
Wiscasset. If my truck's not full, I don't care. I'm more than welcome to.
Put him in the trailer. Stick him in the trailer and say, just hang out back there.
That trailer keeps getting loaded and loaded and loaded and loaded with more stuff.
That's a sweet trailer. Like that trailer is badass.
I was lucky I scored that because that had the wall in it already.
One of these days, Ben's going to show up and all of the dwarf car stuff's going to be shoved in the NASTRA Vision trailer and his trailer is going to be gone. His trailer is awesome. That thing, it's got like a big toolbox
I'm
in the
waiting
front.
for you to call and say, hey, Ben, we need like a 35-foot trailer or a 40-foot trailer. I'm going to notice my big race trailer is gone.
Yes.
And the car, I have a Grand National in there right now.
Your race trailer's huge.
My Grand National will be gone. The ramps are gone. And all my pit cart's gone. I'm like, where's my trailer? And it's just all sitting right there.
No,
Like,
I found the
sorry.
coolest thing in the world at Ben's shop. Tell people about your rat rod.
Oh, that thing?
This thing, Ben's like, just check out this old thing.
So
it was awesome.
So me and my buddy Kyle, we were into rat rods. He still is. I still am too, but I just don't have time. And he built a Model A two-door sedan, chopped it, lowered it. It's got a 425 nail head in it.
Looks like it was getting an oil change today.
No, it breaks.
Oh, brakes?
Again, flat out. And he goes, you need to build it. You need to build it. I'm like, look, if I come across something, I'll buy it. So this guy had a chopped Model T. I'm like, okay, Model Ts are okay. They're just very boxy. I'm like, well, if it is, I want a coupe.
It's so
I
cool.
love the coupes. They got the big trunk and everything. And I just saw the front, and this guy's like, I got one. I got a Model T. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm looking, I'm like, all right. I just saw the front of it. It's a sedan. I'm like, okay, whatever, no big deal. Hey, what I paid $1,500 for it. Already chopped. It's got a frame, all this stuff. He pulls it out, and it's a coupe. I'm like, oh, I need it. So me and my buddies built it, and then I blew the motor up in it. Actually, I have a picture of it right here. And then I decided to put a 350 with a BDS blower on it. So I don't know.
I gotta pull Bob down.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on.
Not that good, but it's fine.
Hold on. I can get it. Right there.
Now,
blurry. Damn it.
Yep. There. No. You just had it.
Good.
Can you see it now?
Came in.
Hold on. There.
Yep. It'll focus. Give it a second. There you go.
Yeah.
That thing, on top of being cool, is all chain drive. The steering.
So it's right-hand drive, and we're trying to figure out how to make it work. So my buddy Kyle, who was drinking a little bit, he's looking. I got an idea. He takes a piece of freaking metal rod, shoves it right through one of the white mounts that have a bunch of holes in it, and he runs it right into the cab. He goes, there you go. And he makes up the sprocket thing and runs it back to the steering box with another chain kit. I'm like, this is scary, but I like it.
Right.
So you turn the whole thing. It looks like he's got braces.
Unreal.
All right. So you love
take
how
the
I
Grand
surprised.
National.
Do you see what your dad just wrote?
Yeah. The only problem is the rear quarter got hit. I got to replace it.
I don't have that info. Your
What?
dad just wrote a message, so make sure that's correct before I
Oh yeah. So
put that online.
Yeah. So there's no entry fee on this. Like I said, this was my dad's and my uncle Peter's race that they wanted to do. Mainly my father, but my uncle Pete pitched in. So I've learned to just, if my dad wants something, just give it to him because he's just a cranky old Pollock sometimes, and it's just better off to go with him.
But I mean, that late in the year,
Yeah.
after all the big shows are finished and everything, there's no reason not to pack the place.
No.
Oh, it'd be phenomenal. I can't wait to see it.
I raced against Pete, and he was fun to race against when he had his medication. So when he didn't, it was kind of scary to race against him. But
I've heard the same thing about you, though. So.
yeah, but I don't have medication, so I just naturally suck.
What division is the Pete Fiandaca race? That's the
It's the
NHSTRA
late models.
models.
NHSTRA late models.
So it should be a fun event. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. We'll be broadcasted on NASTRA Vision. I am kind of bummed because I was looking forward to Day of Destruction.
Yeah.
This Monday, but like I said, you guys get to go out and see it. Pack Hudson, show me what I missed out, please.
Well, I mean, pack every track you go to. I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I'm being asked about the rules. They are NASTRA late model race. This is
Yeah.
These are the NASTRA late model rules.
so
Your mom chipped in too. He said.
Yeah, my mom did too. My dad and me and my father's like, you know, reward the guys that have supported you all year with this, because
Yep.
I mean, I don't blame them. And you know what? Like I kind of pushed him towards the, because he didn't know what he just kind of gives me. Oh, this is what I want to do. I'm like, okay, well, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want this? Do you want it for modifieds? He goes, no, I want late models. I'm like, okay. Do you want to do it open or do you want to do it natural? He goes, no, I want to do natural. The guys that support you, I go, I totally agree. That's fine. And then I forgot that Renfrew wanted that race for his race, but it wasn't communicated during the year, and it was my fault. He told me at the end of last year, so we're trying to figure out where to put that race now. So there will be an open race somewhere at one of the tracks. We just don't know where yet. I know a couple people were asking me about that too.
Yeah,
But you can't beat that payout right here.
No.
Someone's asked, what are we talking about? We're talking about the Pete Fiandaca race at Hudson happening on October 29th.
It's pretty much the last race of the year for Hudson. Usually it was the Run What You Brung, but we did one last race at the kind of almost by Halloween, and it seemed to work pretty good. So yeah, we'll tack one more on there.
Let's go for it. I'll tell you what, the Run What You Brung is cool. The one time last year that I truly saw Ben having a banner day, like top-notch fun, was the Pumpkin Fest. Ben was out on the loader. Where do you want the pumpkins? And he's like having people vote.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for that. Ben's dumping pumpkins.
I forgot the company that had all those pumpkins. They're out in Vermont. It's literally like 10,000 acres of pumpkins. I'm not worried. I'm not kidding. It's 10,000 acres, and it's just pumpkins. Like, oh yeah, how many pallets you want? How many can you throw in the trailer?
All of them.
I think we had 8 pallets of pumpkins.
There was a lot.
There was a lot, and these weren't like potato pumpkins. These were.
If you go on TikTok to the NHSTRA TikTok, there is a video of a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yep.
Smoking a pumpkin.
Oh yeah.
Hardcore. Like it hit the pumpkin and it was like boom.
Well, it's funny because it was Nick Poggy, Tom Harwood, and all those guys. Like, hey, because we were doing like ceremony stuff, for after the Run What You Brung, and we're getting the pumpkins ready. He goes, hey, can we go out there and make a pumpkin wall? I'm like,
it was awesome.
Go for it. And as soon, I remember the cars came and like stopped, and
they like moved around.
Yeah, like moving around it, and then yeah, it was awesome.
Ben, did you mention the 75 laps? I just tuned in. Your dad. We haven't got all the info out yet.
I didn't want to let all the info out, Dad. This you do. So it's a 75.
They're voting for bigger pumpkins this year online. They're making a vote for bigger pumpkins.
They will crumple a car.
The front end of that Volkswagen was like gone. It was so great when you saw it.
Well, if I had more trucks, I'd get more pumpkins. But literally, it was my black Dodge with my utility trailer. So if we could get more people to volunteer their time to go get the pumpkins, but it's almost like a 3-hour ride.
Who wants to make a pumpkin pilgrimage? Head right up to get them. Luckily, you're in, with cahoots with guys that have enclosed trailers that can make a run.
Oh, you don't even need an enclosed one. Oh, we used the open one. It was fine. Yeah, fill the back of the truck. That works too.
Yeah, Run What You Brung all the way up to the pumpkin patch, guys. 10,000 acres of pumpkins. Let's bring them back. Let's make a maze around the track. It could be days setting this up.
But see, that's the thing. That's what I like. The Run What You Brung. That's it's a serious race. Whatever. After that,
I still have my dad's trailer.
Yeah,
That worked.
these things are heavy though. They're real heavy. You might break an axle. That's a nice trailer. I don't want to see it ruin.
I have now, you need a dual axle.
But that's why I like about the Pumpkin Fest thing is, we'll dump them here, dump them there. We got plenty extra. And then when Tom and them wanted to do a pumpkin wall, go for it. You want to do a pumpkin
Rodman's got to go grab pumpkins. Colton Hall says pumpkin convoy. Like, this is going to be awesome.
Like I said, because literally we just showed up there with our trailer. Like, this is what we want. And they just had acres and acres of already.
I'm surprised you don't have a ton of pumpkins now growing off the backstretch.
I'm surprised, honestly. Well, actually, now with the grass the way it is, I'm surprised I don't have any in the infield.
You're gonna have pumpkin patch in the infield next season.
Next season you will. Yeah.
It might. Yeah, you never know.
You might have this year if you didn't rip it up.
Well, no, the whole infield was redone.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. You ripped the infield up, so you may have had them already grow if you didn't rip the infield out.
Actually, the way it floods out, I don't know if you'll actually ever get anything down there.
No. Well, off of turns 1 and 2, you'd probably be all right. 3 and 4, no way. It gets wet.
For people that don't realize how deep that water was, that was feet deep, not inches. That was feet deep.
That was like 2.5, almost 3 feet deep down there, and it just.
Planky was up to boob level when he was sitting in the water.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing belly flops.
That was awesome.
The drainage I put in there, it seeps into the ground. And usually it works pretty good. Usually we've had a couple times it rained, give it like 4 hours and it's drained. Who cares? But when literally it rained an hour before we were supposed to go out on the track, I'm like, guys, we're going to have to figure something out here.
Oh, boy. You guys, I'll tell you what, I got to give credit again to the entire Hudson infield crew for making that race happen. Me and Bryan were being negative Nancy saying,
I definitely was.
It was time. It's time to go home. Let's go. There's no way this is going to happen.
And I'm like, I don't want to accept defeat. I'm like, I think we can get this in. I'm looking at the radar, and it's splitting off like this. I'm like, we're right there. See, it's going like this. We'll be fine. And You know, these guys look at me like I'm an idiot. I'm telling you, I think we'll be okay.
At least we made good content for a movie.
Yeah, we
Because the
did.
movie crew was there taping that day, which Ben didn't realize they were taping for the movie.
No, because I thought it was for Max.
It's for Max Cookson. Yes, they
Cookson.
were
I thought it
there
was for him. So I'm
following
like,
him
okay,
for the
yeah,
movie.
they're following him. Whatever. They're just doing a documentary about him. But no, it's about the whole thing. I'm like, we were acting like morons. We were literally acting like morons.
100%. It's going on the big screen.
Yeah.
Hudson will make big
Planky
screen
was doing
debut.
belly
now.
flops. Andrew Hennessy grabbed his fishing pole, was pretending to fish while we're training it.
We released the ducks into it, the
really,
little ducks.
little rubber ducks.
Tell you what, it was a fun day. Like at least that part. I mean, the racing act ended up being phenomenal that day.
it
So
was a good day of racing.
Yeah, it was.
So, like I said, I want to remind everybody, rules are up. Hudson Speedway NH. You have the open pure stock rules, the figure 8 rules, the open 6-shooter rules, and the rules for the
Let's get some figure 8
open Ridge
cars.
Runners, Seekonk pure stocks. I'm excited for the
Let's
figure
get some
8s.
figure 8s because, you know, like I said, when I did the infield asphalt repair out there, that's smoother than the damn track now. It's pretty bad, but it's funny.
It's got to be phenomenal. We need people to. I'm going to put out a registration form for the figure 8s because let's be honest. If there's 2 cars that say they're going to come do it, it's probably not going to happen. We need enough cars to keep it worth it. And I'll tell you what, the rules for the open pure stocks and the open 6-shooters, they're super long. I think there's 4 rules, so it should be fun.
Yeah, and it's mainly safety stuff.
And rule 4 is have fun.
Yeah.
And the other one, rule 5, is have fun.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Get back to
So
it.
yeah, I'm really excited. Melissa Rogers said that her and her boys were having a blast watching you guys clean up the infield. It was funny to watch. Melissa, me and that guy over there with the 2 negative Nancy's pointing out saying, let's go home. Next to me and Bryan are like, we should go to Applebee's or something like let's go eat or figure out something else to do. But I mean, come on. The amount of rain that came down
That
and
was
how fast it
stupid.
came down,
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
It happened to me once before, like right when I first,
Yeah, when the pits flooded.
when the pits flooded and turn 3 was underwater. And that
They were
was
fighting with Dickie saying that you should run the
that
race.
was before we had the big pumps. That was before we had anything. And they're like, no. And Dickie's like, okay, watch this. So he goes out in his truck filming. He goes, here's the first groove on turn 3. Turns in and just, he's like, holy crap.
It
After
looks-
he did that, I was like, oh, yeah, no, we're done. I'm like,
It's a lot deeper than people really think.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's nuts how deep it gets over there. So, Bob, what do you think? He says $3,000 is great for the win on the Pete Fiandaca race, and the 400 to start is going to bring the cars out. So I'm super excited now that your dad let it out that it's 75 laps.
oh, yeah.
So, hey, Matt, anything else we want to let out on the race before we get going?
Yeah.
Because there's more. I know there's more. I'm
that's
intentionally not putting
all
it up.
I was told. I mean, there could.
Well, there's more lines that I had on this thing, but I was just told to put up the money. So
Oh, gee. Oh, yeah, and then because how we're doing it is like time trials to
yep,
do it. I think
top 20.
top 20, but I think is it 200 for?
I got that right here.
Fastest?
So if you're gonna say it, I'll pull up so we have the
Yeah, I
actual.
forgot but whoever
Top
pulls
qualifier, $200,
Yeah.
and then trophy sponsor Jim Dunn.
Yeah.
So I want to get that all out. No registration fee. Time trials take top 25, and then there's a 15-lap Conti qualifier. So now we have it all out there.
How many cars are going to start for that race? I mean, honestly, I think if you do any more than 25,
I think we discovered 25 was
yeah,
the
25
limit.
was like the limit. And honestly, like 20 cars is like, you know, really nice, but me, I like to just kind of put a little more in there.
Because he's not the one getting yelled at.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a vote. So any more than 25 cars, is that a good deal? Nope. They say Bob says thumbs down. I tell you what, that kid is getting quite the push on the show here. That's the best picture ever. I love that one, so I do it as much as I can. Matt says he'll let you know more next week. We should have Matt in studio. That should be fun. Ben says no. We'll put him behind the Fiandaca
So here's
payouts.
the thing. I don't have a filter.
Yes,
Where do
your
you think
dad
I
has
get it
less of
from?
one.
Well, I don't. Where do you think I get it from? Is him.
Your dad does crack me up, though. It is funny. Yeah, 25 cars. Everyone's saying
Yeah.
25 is
Yeah.
about the most you can go.
Yeah, Lee, you can do like 30 because it's just way bigger. But Hudson is so small. It's
Yeah. Watching even when you had, what was it? You started 30 of the Nell cars last year.
32. I think it was 32 or 35. One of the
That was a lot, even though those are half the size of a normal car.
There's like an ocean of them going around the track.
7% chance that Kevin Brown shows up for that race. Nope, Kevin Brown is in on that race. He just texted me.
You better.
You better be in. You got that car.
Where's my field filler shirt?
Yeah, right. I don't even have one yet. You got the weekend weapon. I'm relegated to wearing the Futures in Our Hands because it was at Walmart for like $4. I don't even have. I'm out of Kevin Brown shirts. They're all dirty. Is this going to be for NHSTRA Street Models? Yes, NHSTRA Late Models. This is a NHSTRA Late Model event.
Yeah.
Austin Erickson will be there. I'm excited. Got a bunch of racing coming up this weekend. This is that time of year that everyone looks forward to, but everyone's like, it's kind of sad because
it's the end of racing for the year.
Especially us that were doing the broadcasting. We've been to every single race this year. And it's been a blast and not complaining. But then you're looking like, ooh, we've only got like 8 or 9, maybe 10 left. And then you're like, wait, what am I going to do with the rest of my time this winter? Don't worry, we have plenty of stuff that we still do. I'm actually busier in the winter than I am in the summer, but it's getting sad. So guys, get out and support these tracks because there's only a couple weeks left of racing. And before you know it, snow will be on the ground and we'll all be miserable. So
Yep.
Hudson Speedway on Saturday, Claremont on Sunday.
Hudson
Monadnock
Sunday.
Speedway on Saturday, and I have it right in front of me too. Monadnock Speedway on Saturday, Claremont on Sunday, Hudson on Hudson on Monday and Claremont on Monday. So it's time to wrap it up because I'm messing up my words. So, guys, get out there. Rules are up. HudsonSpeedwayNH.com. I believe the Enduros forums are all up there. Get those things filled out. Get them in. Run What You Brung still on?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely, it is.
The rules are up for that. We just had to add one this year just because it was a foreseeable thing coming. So it's up on.
Yeah, Planky got it right. Mark just wants to go to Hudson. I do. I'm good. This is a show I've been looking forward to.
Rules are up on for the Run What You Brung. Are they up yet?
Nope, those are not up yet. I have not been given those. They will go up the second I do.
Yeah, so if anything, we'll get those up there. As soon as we get them done.
Jeffrey Pike, send me a message with your phone number, and I will pass it along to him to give you a call. Other than that, well, guys, we'll see you next week. Have a great show. Have a great week. See you at the racetrack. We have a great show next Monday.
See ya.